concerted effort to draw a hockey rink. Can you guys see the hockey rink, Sandy? Excellent. So when you look at a game, what's the purpose of a game, guys? Two teams.
To score.
To score. You said to entertain?
To win.
To win. That's it, guys. Keep it simple, right? The goal of the game is to win.
Make money.
Yeah,
They get money.
That's right.
The first time when he was telling me, I thought, yes, to win. But then I thought, listen, they do make good money.
yeah. And you know what? When you win, you make really good money. I don't know if you guys remember Mike Tyson or any other Mike Tyson. Anybody remember Mike Tyson in here? I mean, that was my favorite. The person who won the fight would make millions and millions and millions of dollars. But the person who lost the fight, they would make several hundreds of thousands of dollars. But it was just the difference between winning and losing. And the game is about winning. The reason you guys are here is because of the fact that you want to win. Would you agree?
Yes.
Absolutely. So let's pretend we're at a game right now. What are the elements of the game? This is hockey, so I'm going to say this is the center court. Well, not center court, that's basketball, but I don't know what they call it in hockey.
Center ice.
Center ice, I love it. And then what goes on each end? All right, you got goalies. So here's the goalie, and you got a person that's here. You got a person that's there. And then what else do we have at a hockey game when we get to the hockey game?
The crowd.
You got the crowd. So let's put the crowd up here.
Beer.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only reason I go to.
There you go. So you got the beer, you got the guy selling peanuts, right? So all this is happening right here. And now you also have, what about the team? Right? You got the players. So you got let's say this is the home team right here, right? This is the home team. And then you have a coach. And here's the coach, right? And this is the away team.
You have the cheerleaders too.
Oh, you got the cheerleaders, you know.
Referee.
In a sense, they do.
Yeah,
Right.
there's a whole bunch of them, and they stand
Yeah.
up and they have a big like thing that they do.
All right, and you got the cheerleaders.
Women and beer.
What about the players? Where are the players? I know you have the players on the bench, right? This is what we would call the bench. And you said you got players on the ice, right?
Yes.
I'm then a referee.
Ah, I love it. You got a referee.
I am paying attention.
That's right.
Sandy, I'm gonna drink your mimosa for you.
Please do.
So we can all agree that you have people sitting on the bench, the players, right? So they're here to recover those players that are out there. You have your goalies on each side of the team. You have your away team. You have your home team. You have two referees usually covering both sides of the court, who knows, or both sides of the field, the ice. And then you have your coaches, right? What are your coaches usually doing? Yelling. Yeah, yelling, directing. Hey, what are you doing? I can't believe you did that. And when you're watching TV, what do you hear over the TV? Who's talking over the TV?
The reporter or what do you?
The announcers,
The announcer.
right? So they're up here in the box, right? These are the announcers. And what they're doing is they're giving play-by-play. They're sitting there, they're saying, hey, as you can see, you know, this person here is going down the ice. He's going smooth. He's going fast. You know, all they do is watch and announce play-by-play. And then they start talking and they say, well, you know what, last year, man, he broke his leg. Last year, this is what happened. You know, and that person there, you know, it's amazing comeback after that serious divorce that he went through. He was broke for many years and they had to do a fundraiser on GoFundMe. But anyways, you know, so just so that he could pay the bills. But anyways, so that's what the announcer is doing. It's just announcing everybody's business, throwing everybody's trash out there. And they have their critiques. So the one question that I have for you guys is, when you look at this field, would you say there's a lot of people involved in having a great game?
Yes.
And here's the one big question that I want to ask you. Who has the greatest influence in winning this game? Would it be the announcers?
No, for players.
The players on the ice. You sure about that? What about the people in the crowd throwing the popcorn and throwing all the peanuts into the crowd and saying, "You suck! You can't do this"? What about those guys? They don't have an influence? You think
They
they...
can have a really good influence, like the internal monologue.
Right? They can have an internal monologue influence on the players, but that's only if the players are what?
Paying attention to them.
Paying attention to it and allowing it.
Right.
Right? But at the end of the day, guys, the players right here, these are the money makers. Right here, guys. That's where it happens. And I don't know if you've noticed this. I know I've noticed this before. Oftentimes, many of us think we're actually playing the game. We actually think we're in the game. And we're wondering, how come we're not winning? Right? Well, you know why? Because I think sometimes we don't even realize that we're actually sitting on the bench. Or we're part of the crowd. Well, we sit there and we just criticize. And we might say, hey, listen, well, the reason that I'm not successful in my business is because of this person, that person, and the other. Or sometimes we're the referee or the coach. That all we do is focus on the negative, focus on what's happening out there on the field, as opposed to focusing on what we have and what we can do as players. And here's the biggest concern that I have, is that many of us don't even realize we're not even on the ice, guys. You could choose any position that you want. You know what? If you want to just be an announcer and all you see is say, hey, you know what? Chris just did that. Stan just did that. Dan just did that. Hannah just did this, right? And you could just be the cheerleader and be right here on the side and you're encouraging people. And then you're wondering, how come you're not making the income that you've been wanting to make? How come you don't have the life that you've been wanting to have? Well, are you on the ice? How you play the game here is how you play the game out there. Right? Sounds familiar. Who you are at home is who you are in business, guys. That's the reality. Right? How you play. And that's the one thing that I want us to really reflect on, because I believe more in you guys than I think some of you guys believe in yourself. And I know many of you guys here can have an amazing, amazing business if you take everything that we've learned in the last 3 weeks and just simply put it into practice. Show up, guys. But when you show up, don't show up to just sit on the bench. What does it look like to be on the bench? Let's say just in this class. What does it look like for a person to just be on the bench in this class?
Not paying full attention.
Not paying full attention.
Not ever showing up.
Not ever showing up. So here's the not ever showing up. It's like you never even see. You're like out here in the announcer.
You're not in the stadium.
You're not even in the stadium, right?
They just know the game's happening. They're not even there.
Homework.
Homework, right? Not doing the homework. When you're not doing the homework, you think you're playing, you think you're in there, but you're not doing anything because you're not out on the field.
Practice, so you don't get the game time.
That's right. Bingo, right? You don't show up to practice, so you're not getting the game time. So this is what happens in real estate, guys, and in any sport. We start to ask ourselves, how come I haven't gotten that big break? Why is it that other people are getting the big breaks? Why is it that other agents are doing so much better than I am? And I'll tell you this right now. It's not because they're white. It's not because they're tall. It's not because they're slim. It's not because they're black. It's not because they're skinny. It's not because they're fat. It's not because of anything else. It's because, you know what? They're right here, guys. They are on the ice, playing the game. They're doing their homework. They're showing up for script practice. They're showing up for role playing. They're showing up for affirmations. They're writing their affirmations down every single day and reprogramming their mind so that they know that when they get out here, that's where the money is going to be made. Because oftentimes, folks, what happens is you're listening to these people out here more than you're listening to yourself.